Hello, I'm Dr. Keith Cornelius, Attendance Director with Coffee County Schools. Welcome to a three-part series explaining online registration in Coffee County Schools. Online registration replaced the old white card system parents were familiar with at the beginning of every year. This first video provides parents with an overview of the online registration process and details some important definitions and rules. The second video explains how to update enrollment information for enrolled students, and the third video explains how to enroll a new student. Let's dive in. Welcome to video 1 of online registration. This will be our introductory video with our PowerPoint presentation. Video 2 is the enrollment update video, and video 3, the new student video. So, parent view. How to obtain my Parent View account. This is going to be step 1 in ensuring that you have a successful online registration experience. If you have used Parent View before, simply sign into the account. At the beginning of each year, you will have documents to download and electronically acknowledge before advancing to the student information. If you've never used Parent View and you are not registering for the first time, then contact the school for an activation key letter. More details will follow in the next few slides which cover this situation. You may also download the app onto your Android or iPhone, but before you download the app, make sure that you have already set up your account with Parent View, and if you need the activation letter, you will need the activation letter to do that, so be sure to contact your school. Some parent definitions in Parent View. On the left-hand side, you'll see a new parent definition. A new parent is one who has never enrolled a student into any of our schools. Now, if your child has had an enrollment history in Coffee County Schools, then you're defined as an existing parent. At this point, you should contact the school registrar for assistance with enrollment, at which time an activation key letter will be given or sent to you by the registrar. An existing parent definition: an existing parent is one with an established Parent View account or a parent whose child has a previous enrollment history with our school system. If you're an existing parent and have never used Parent View, then contact the registrar for an activation letter. Only one parent completes the enrollment update. The other custodial parent will have a unique activation key letter. Parent View allows parents to view discipline, grades, and attendance in real time. Before advancing on, remember, under the new parent definition, if your child has had the enrollment history with us in Coffee County Schools, please contact your school registrar before attempting any online registration. Student definitions in Parent View. A new student is one who has never attended Coffee County Schools from pre-K onward. Parents of the new student will choose new student registration. Now, parents may add new students to existing accounts. The online registration system will then directly send you to the new student registration module. But a word of caution: if your new student has attended our schools before, contact the registrar before attempting to add the student. In this case, your registrar will bring the student into our system, and your student will have an enrollment history with us, and therefore your student will then become an existing student. Enrolled students: any student who is enrolled in our schools on the last day of school is automatically enrolled in the next school year. Parents will choose enrollment update in this situation. Very important note here: all Manchester City Schools 8th grade students enrolled at Westwood Middle School on the last day of school are automatically enrolled in Coffee County Schools at the Raider Academy. City schools will transfer records. However, former city parents will be required to complete the enrollment update for the new year. Parents of Manchester City 8th grade students will contact the Raider Academy registrar for an activation key letter. Remember, all Manchester City parents will complete the enrollment update for students entering the Raider Academy from Westwood Middle. Some helpful information on navigating our platform. Sometimes we all forget our passwords. If you're like me, we've got a million of them to remember. So there is a parent password recovery. The slide explains to you exactly what to do and gives you a snapshot. And also, this same document is located on our district website at coffeecountyschools.com. If you scroll down about halfway on the page, you'll see the link to the parent password recovery document. Here is an example of an activation key letter. You will see that we used Mike Fisher, Carrie Underwood's husband. This is the example that will be used in the updating enrollment update video 2, but the activation key letter explains to you step by step as to what you're to do to finish your online registration. Now again, notice this, the activation key letter is generated once the registrar goes in and puts your student in and links your student to you as the custodial parent. This is a list of our current school registrars, their school, their name, and their phone number for you to make contact with. And some required items for new registration or re-enrollment of students. We do require a birth certificate or proof of birth. Now understand that if you're re-enrolling, some of this information we will already have on file. As far as birth certificates are concerned, the mother's copy is acceptable. Now this information is requested at enrollment. We do prefer that you give us and provide us a social security card. We'll make a copy. This is not required, but it is preferred. There are still some cases, especially in the older grades, that we do need social security numbers. A parent driver's license or a state-issued photo identification card. A passport is also acceptable, so if you're a parent that has a passport, that's fine. We can make a copy of the picture area only. Our registrars will make copies of documents, or you can upload them to the portal, but we will always return original documents to you while you're there. We will not keep any, naturally, of your original documents. 2 proofs of legal residency in Coffee County School Zone. This is required even at re-enrollment. For example, utility bills, lease agreements, insurance bills, bank statements, or any official document listing current address. Mail flyers are not acceptable, and the registrars, they all know exactly what will constitute a legal proof of residency. An immunization record on an official Tennessee form, which can be obtained at the local health department or your healthcare provider. The health department can easily convert to a Tennessee form if you're coming from out of state. And parenting plan if parents are divorced, and we'll talk about this more on the next slide, but we will need a copy of the parenting plan. Custody, this is an area that always confuses some parents. In the state of Tennessee, Tennessee uses a parenting plan to define custody. The word custody has been replaced with primary residential parent. The primary residential parent is the parent whom the student resides. Naturally, it is possible for both parents to have custody, but one is defined as primary residential. All parenting plans must be signed by a judge from a court indicating the plan is valid. An attorney-only signature is not official. We accept parenting plans from out of state also, as long as it has a judge's signature and the stamp from the court. A power of attorney, this is an area where people get confused, but a power of attorney, a POA, is not a custodial document. A POA is only allowed in hardship cases, and these hardship cases are defined by 1, the parent is jailed, number 2, the parent is deceased, or number 3, the parent is in long-term rehab or long-term hospitalization. POAs will not be used to designate custody unless one of the aforementioned conditions exist. Birth certificates. In Tennessee, if the father is on the birth certificate and not married to the mother, for the father to have any legal custody, a parenting plan heard by and signed by a judge must be in effect and a copy provided.